At 1:17 a.m., my phone rang. FaceTime call. From my own number. I was sitting in a bar 3 miles from home. My phone was in my hand. My house was empty. I stared at the screen for a moment. Then I answered it. My name is Daniel. I'm 29. Live alone in a 2-bedroom apartment in the Logan Square neighborhood of Chicago. I'd been out that Friday night with a couple of friends. Nothing special, just drinks at a bar we went to most weeks. My apartment was a 6-minute drive away. I'd left at 9 p.m. My phone was with me the whole time. My spare key is on a hook inside my kitchen cabinet. No one else has a copy. The first thing I thought when I saw the call was pocket dial. Somehow my phone had called itself, which isn't how phones work, but your brain looks for the easy answer first. Then I thought someone had gotten into my iCloud account and was calling me from it. Also unlikely, also reaching. I answered because I couldn't think of what else to do. The call connected, and I was looking at my living room. It was definitely my living room. I recognized the couch, the shelf on the left wall, the shape of the window, but the camera was pointed at it from a weird angle, not the way you'd hold a phone to show someone a room, more like a phone propped against something on the coffee table, facing out. The room was dark, but not completely. My kitchen light, the small one above the stove that I leave on, was on, the way I'd left it. The apartment looked exactly the way I'd left it, except my phone was in it. I said hello. My voice came through the call with a half-second delay. I could hear it play back through the phone speaker, like an echo of myself. Nobody responded. The room stayed still. I watched the screen for maybe 30 seconds, not saying anything. And then I noticed the first thing that wasn't right. My bedroom door. It was open. I never leave my bedroom door open when I go out. Never. It's a habit. It's been a habit for years. I told myself, maybe I'd forgotten. Maybe in the rush of leaving, I'd left it open for once. I do sometimes rush. I'm not always careful. I held that thought for about 20 seconds. Then the camera moved. Not a big movement. A small, slow pan, maybe 15 degrees to the left, tilting slightly, like someone had shifted the phone a 1/4 inch. The new angle showed more of the room, and in the far left corner, just barely in frame, there was something dark against the wall that I didn't think had been there before. I couldn't tell what it was. Too dark, too far from the kitchen light, but it had shape, an upright shape, not furniture I owned. I leaned closer to my phone screen the way you do when you're trying to see something you're not sure is there. My friend Jake was sitting across from me. I turned the phone to show him. He looked at the screen for a second and said, "That's a person." Then the light in my bedroom turned on. The corner where I thought I'd seen the shape was empty now. Just my wall, just the lamp on the side table that I never moved. Jake and I both stared at the phone. We didn't say anything for a while. Then he said, maybe it was a shadow. Maybe the light changing made it look like something was there when it wasn't. I wanted to believe him. The corner was empty now. I kept watching. 2 minutes passed. Then the kitchen light went off. The room went almost completely black. I could barely make anything out, but I could still see the faint glow from my bedroom, the light that had turned on a few minutes earlier. And in that glow, silhouetted in the bedroom doorway, someone was standing there, not moving, just standing in the doorway of my bedroom, looking into the living room, looking at the phone. Jake saw it too. I know because he said, "What the hell is that?" We both watched the screen. The figure didn't move, it just stood there. I couldn't make out any details, just a shape, dark against the light from the bedroom behind it. I said out loud, "Who's there?" And my voice came back through the phone with that same half-second delay. The figure heard it. I know because it turned its head toward the phone, slowly. Jake grabbed my arm. I was already standing up. I dialed 911 from his phone while keeping the FaceTime call open on mine. I kept watching the screen as it rang. The figure had moved back into the bedroom. I couldn't see it in the doorway anymore. The light in the bedroom was still on. I told the dispatcher my address, told her I could see someone in my apartment on a live feed. She kept me on the line. Jake paid the tab. We got in his car. We drove. On the way there, I watched the call the whole time. The bedroom light went off at some point. I'm not sure exactly when. I was watching the road and the screen at the same time. When it went off, the whole apartment was dark, but the FaceTime connection stayed open. A black screen, and from it, very quietly, almost too quiet to hear, I could make out a sound, breathing, slow, close to the phone, patient. The police were already outside when we arrived. They'd beaten us there. I handed them my phone with the FaceTime call still active, still showing black, still with that sound, and they went in. Jake and I waited on the sidewalk. It took 11 minutes. One of the officers came back out and told me the apartment was clear. No one inside. No signs of forced entry. Every window locked from the inside. Front door locked when they arrived. They'd had to use the building's master key. I went inside after them. The apartment was exactly how I'd left it. Couch, shelf, kitchen, bedroom. My bedroom door was closed. I never close it from the outside. I always leave it open when I'm home, so the heat distributes properly, and I close it when I leave. But when I'd seen it on FaceTime, it was open. Now it was closed. Exactly how I leave it when I go out. Exactly how it should have been when I wasn't home. But I'd watched it change on camera. The police made a report. The building manager checked the key fob log. Only my fob had accessed the building that night at 9:04 p.m. when I left. No one else. No entry recorded between 9:04 and when the police used the master key. I moved out 3 weeks later. Not because I was certain something would happen again, but because every time I came home I thought about the call, about the angle the camera was at, about who had positioned it, about the sound on the line, about the bedroom door. I still have the FaceTime call in my recents. 41 minutes and 17 seconds. It ended at some point while I was talking to the police. I didn't notice when. The call is logged as outgoing from my number to my number. 41 minutes of my empty apartment, of whoever was in it, of the breathing. I checked something last week. I went back through my photo library. The angle the camera was at during the call, propped on the coffee table, facing the couch. It wasn't random. It's the same angle as a photograph I took of that room 2 years ago. The exact same angle, the exact same framing, like someone had studied that photo and knew exactly where to put the phone.